So, hey guys, Chauzu here. In this video we're going to be looking at the new level limit break buffed legends, which should have released by the time this video goes up. The legends getting buffed are V1 Crocodile, Corazon, V1 Marco, V1 Sabo, and V1 Doflamingo. So, let's get into it. I'll start with the ones without a side grade and then move on to the side grades in the end. So let's go with Corazon first. Corazon is actually the one I'm closest to maxing. Mine is at level 4, lacks 2 copies. So hopefully added to Medal Shop, crossing fingers. If we look at the buffed captain ability, Cor is now a minimum 3.5 times attack captain up to 5 times, depending on the HP. And he heals. And this is like before, basically, depending on the tap timing, you heal different amount of Corazon's recovery. So if you hit that good, you heal 1.5 times Corazon's recovery, and great is 0.8 times his recovery, and perfect is 0.3 times. So basically, when you want to stall, you hit goods and you heal a lot of HP. And I don't really compare to how it is before. We can probably do that by swapping here. Yeah, this is the before. It's the same healing, it's just that it's buffed numbers in terms of attack. He also has an added ability to reduce paralysis and attack down by 1 turn, and that will have pretty good synergy with his special, as you'll see. So captain-wise, a pretty minor buff, I will say, but Corazon is all about his special, so let's take a look. The turns are misleading here. If you want to see the turns, you need to check the turns that is displayed here. Makes Dex, Tandem, Recovery matching, changes right column to Dex, left column to Tandem, does a big heal, reduces Bind, Despair, the chain debuffs by 5 turns, paralysis attack down by 4 turns, and 20 turns Despair removal if captain or friend captain. So basically, it's a bit weird, but basically the Corazon is designed as captain to remove 5 turns of everything, but as a sub, he doesn't remove 5 turns of everything. If you add the Sailor, he does remove 5 turns of paralysis, and also an extra turn of special bind. Not like he removes special bind with special, but that's just a bonus. So basically, as a sub, he removes everything by 5 turns except attack down, which is 4 turns. And as captain, he removes everything by 5 turns. So yeah, this is like everything people wanted from Corazon, get buffed up to 5 turns. On top of that, he also gets Orb Manip. So yeah, can't really complain, and it still has law support for Orb Boost. Basically, it seems like they designed Corazon around the new law, because law has a hard time getting tandem slots. So it's like they designed Corazon to be used with law to be the one providing it, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Good buff, but I felt like they could have done a bit more. This is like the minimum we expected from the Corazon buff, so nothing mind-blowing, but Corazon is just a true modern unit now, once you get him to level 150. And Corazon still has the amazing reduced CD. Moving on. Let's get to Marco, and this is a very cool one, in my opinion. In terms of key, I've actually keyed all of these except for Crocodile, and his buff is so good, so I'll probably key Crocodile as well. But let's focus on Marco now. Marco, captain ability, quick and Psi, 5.25 times attack when HP is full, minimum 4.5 times attack. Quick Psi have matching slot effects. If HP is above 70%, you get a 30% damage reduction. Otherwise, you just get an extra heal. And yeah, this is pretty insane if you look at the special. But yet, 30% damage reduction is very rare. That's among the highest in the game. And you get it by doing basically nothing. So that's a big boon. And on top of that, you have a modern captain multiplier. So, yeah, Marco is one of the most viable bulky legends. Not that bulky legends are particularly meta right now. We need a bit longer content for that, I'd say. Special. Still does a big heal, but he can now overheal. This is a huge deal. It's basically a guaranteed 2 times overheal of your max HP. And this obviously has a great synergy with the captain because overheal HP counts as full. So if you take some damage, you'll basically have a permanent 30% damage reduction. And if you add a second Marco, you have well above 50% damage reduction. On top of that, they've added some utility to Marco. He now reduces decreased chain and attack down by 7 turns. Still does a 2 times ore boost, but if you already have an ore boost, it gets buffed a bit, plus 0.3. So yeah, very solid unit. I'd say overall, this is the best kit of the new legends. Like, among bulky legends, Marco might be the best, even. So, obviously, that archetype is not particularly viable, but it will be fun to use him. Sadly, personally, I don't have a single dupe Marcos minus at level 0, so I'll see if I try him out as a friend captain eventually. Moving on to Sabo. And his captain ability, he's a free spirit captain. 5.25 times attack with matching, minimum 5 times attack. HP and RCV get a 1.2 times boost. If you have a Psi or Tandem slot and tap with it, then me gets applied ignited, that is burn. It doesn't say it goes through full immunity though, so only if burn is allowed. So, not bad of course, but I say it's a little bland in my opinion. But of course, having access to burn is better than not having it, but in terms of his sub potential, having the burn locked away in the captain is not particularly desirable, even if there are some workarounds. Looking at the special, remember it's 12 CD. If you have Limb Break Expander Sabo, the level 1 special is actually 7 CD. And let's say it's a really good special for 7 CD. Change your own slot, you give a 1.75 times attack boost and 2.25 times the next turn. So that's a lot of damage you get from a 7 CD timer. And then the level 2 special, character slot and adjacents are changed to matching. Boost damage dealt to burned enemies by 1.5 times for 3 turns. Doubles free spirit cards attack for 1 turn. And then if you 3 perfects, 2.5 times the next turn. So yeah, this is very good, especially if you have Sabo as captain, since you do get the burn boost as well. Currently, basically all burn is tied to having a burn conditional. The one exception really is like the other Sabo, V2, as well as the Ace support. So basically, to get optimal use of this burn, you have to run Sabo as captain, which is not always desirable, but still a good buff, of course, but I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. But as someone who likes to use these kind of units as captain, then sure, very fun. But I will see him on many optimal teams. Let's go to Crocodile, I guess. The 6+ Crocodile. And this guy got a really big buff. -2 CD for Cerebral. Cerebral characters have minimum 4 times attack, maximum 5.5 times attack. The lower the HP, the higher the attack boost. And 50% damage reduction. Yeah. So, another 5.5 times attack captain. And I'm a fan that they changed it back because the Limb Break expansion for Crocodile removed the low HP gimmick and just made him a perma 4 times Cerebral captain. I found it very boring. But now we brought it back and you're really highly rewarded for being low HP in terms of multiplier. And special helps as well with this if you take a look. 20% HP cut to all enemies. 2 times attack and ore boost to Cerebral. Top and bottom row get matching slots through block. if you are below 50% HP, you also get a chain boundary starting at 2.5 times. And remember that Crocodile also has the Mr. 1 support, so you can get the chain boundary, chain boost, orb manip, attack boost, orb boost in a single special that is just 10 CD. Yeah. Pretty crazy. The problem is that there's other good cerebral crocodiles as well. But yeah, this will be very good for like normal content when you want to have fun with a cerebral team. But yeah, you still have to manipulate HP and such to get the most use of this crocodile. But yeah, I'm a big fan of what they did with him. It's a huge improvement before. He just did a 2 times attack boost to cerebral, so this is a huge buff. Some way until I can use him, sadly. He's not even level 3 for me. If you look at the 6-star quickly, it's basically a watered down version. So he reduces CD less, has a bit less attack in Captain. And in terms of special, the chain boundary is less. And that's basically it. I don't know why the Dex one has to be worse. Might as well have just been a different color, but yeah, that's what they opted to do. These last ones are interesting. We're getting to V1 Doffy. We'll start with the 6+. Both the 6+ and 6-star are actually viable here. -1 seed reduction, 5.25 times attack for driven with matching orbs, otherwise 5 times attack, 1.2 times HP, and Psi int recovery tandem slots are matching. That's so good, by the way. Like adding tandem recovery as well, since driven don't really have ships to make that matching. He also does some healing forever perfect, so yeah, not the most exciting captain ability, but very solid. If you look at the special, you lock the slots for 1 turn. This is new. Make it easier to land perfects for 1 turn. Adjacent are changed to matching through block. Driven get the 2.25 times orb boost for 2 turns, and also have 1.75 times call affinity for 2 turns. So yeah, basically just letting Doffy be even better what he does. Before he did the adjacent, but not through block. And he did the orb boost. Now we also add a color affinity. He can change through block orbs. Also adds a color affinity and easier perfects. So yeah, a very good buff. We'll definitely see more use now. I felt like he saw some use even before, to be honest. Remember that he can also use the Caesar support to get a poison conditional. But honestly, I think the 6-star is even better, and you'll see why. Not in terms of captain, though. -1 CD, 1.2 times HP, 4 times attack to driven, 5 times until you don't hit a perfect, recovery tandem matching. So yeah, just the worst version of the 6+, really. But the special, though, this is the interesting part. Also locks orbs, also makes it easier to land perfects, also changes adjacent to matching through block. But here is where it changes. He gives a 2 times orb boost and 1.75 times color affinity, but this is a rainbow buff. This is not a driven buff, this is to every unit. So basically the only change here is that the orb boost is slightly less. Otherwise it's the same special as a 6+, but you are not limited to classes. This special is just obviously better than the 6+ because of that. So that's very interesting. Another benefit with the 6-star is that he has a better support. So when you do max this unit eventually, you have a very high stat support as well to driven units. So yeah, I think this guy will see more use than the 6+ for like normal content. Like none of these level limit break units are going to be that great in like Super Boss or against any Grand Voyage than the one they happen to be designed for. But yeah, this is the new badge. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I think Sabo is pretty boring. Cora does like the minimum I expected, but I think Croc is super cool, Marco super cool, very cool to have two very viable Doffies. And yeah, I'll probably be able to max Corazon soon. I wish. I pray to the metal shop. So I'll probably have some fun with him. Like, Corazon is very viable now without the buffed special, and with the buffed special, once you get it, he's going to see a lot of use, I'd say. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.